Welcome. You've got mail.
Welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. I am your host, Brett Merriman, sitting kind of in front of me in the studio, but not in the normal co-pilot seat here. Actually, in his spot. He's been on the Mail-In in the background a few times, but never as the co-host. Here is Randy Trembacki. Randy, what's going on?
What's up? What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. If you're watching the YouTube, you get to actually see my my little spot, my little desk back here, and I don't think you don't really get to see that. So that's kind of cool for the folks at home.
Yeah, I was kind of I half expected. I just didn't expect there was going to be video today. Randy would be sitting in front of me like the normal co-host does, and no, he's in his spot, also doing the camera work. You're multitasking.
This is my job. I am the head of video, so I have to do all hats.
Do you have a keyboard that's quiet on purpose?
No. That was just an added benefit. This is just a wireless Amazon Basics one, and it is great. I don't have the mechanical like gaming keyboard because that would be really annoying.
Got it. That's like Amazon getting free ads on this podcast. They need all the marketing help they can get.
Yeah,
sure.
they're struggling. Before, when I first had this program set up, I couldn't do the hotkeys, so I had to click, and I was like very scared that was going to be very upsetting to everyone in the studio that I had to click every single time to change the camera.
Yeah, it would have been. I'm glad we figured that out before it became a problem. But Randy, for those of our listeners that may be familiar with R&B Lunchtime Radio, the only audio-only live stream
ever
interactive as well. You may have heard Randy was getting involved in a purchase of, for lack of a better term, roller shoes.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I think there was a big talk about me never having Heelys. You had Heelys as a kid,
Correct?
And I was kind of jealous of that. And I was thinking about getting adult Heelys. It's been a joke of mine for a while that, they were only like $60.
Okay.
And then people were coming at me saying, no, you can't just walk around in those. I'm like, what if there was a type of shoe that, like, converted between the two? Like, maybe I should invent that. Quick Google search, they existed.
Okay.
And the fans, the Lunch Bunch, they Venmoed me to get them. And
I am an investor in this project.
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Brett is one of the highest investors.
Thank you.
And I am here on the Mail-In to announce that they have come in and they're on my feet right now.
Wow, look at this. If you're watching on the YouTubes, look at these things, man. Oh, there it is. Wow, that is.
Yeah,
they are so ugly, but I am maybe practical. I don't know. I don't know where those would function the best. My guess was an airport, perhaps.
I don't know. I think that I also have a watch that is also a lighter, and when you bust that thing out at a music festival when people are high on drugs, as you know people are on at music festivals,
right.
It blows their minds.
Wow.
So I think at like a concert or something like that, these would be hilarious.
For those at home that are not watching this, Randy wants to wear these at a concert, which is usually like, you're on grass. Perhaps you're in concrete if you're inside. They're not off-road shoes. The wheels are about the size of luggage wheels on a standard piece of luggage. But you know what, Randy? I want to see it anyway.
Yeah, they're pretty small, but man, I can't wait to. I need to learn how to roller skate again. This is the big thing.
Right. Unspoken here, but Randy doesn't know how to skate.
I know how to ice skate, and I think ice skating is more similar to rollerblading, which when I was a kid, I rollerblade more than I roller skated. These are quads, so I need they're a little different.
Okay, so you're going with the argument that 4 wheels in a row is different than 4 wheels like as a car is set up.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I won't dive into that age-old debate, but I'll leave it here. Randy, this is your first time listening to the Mail-In Podcast, huh?
No, I've listened to it pretty much every single time since I've been starring on it and talking on it, yes.
Got it. Well, just in case it was your first time, you may be wondering, what is the Mail-In Podcast? We do our best to answer your questions. You may run into situations in your 20s or 30s that you need help with. And between the two of us, we've probably been there too. We know what you're going through, and we're going to help you manage. Let's laugh a little bit, Randy. Let's smile a little bit, Randy. Let's help people out, okay?
Let's have some fun.
How can you help us out? Tell a friend about the Mail-In Podcast. It's the easiest way to get into the washed media empire. Send them a clip or a segment that may make sense, and then subscribe and follow on Spotify and iTunes. By the way, iTunes is fixed, I think.
Hopefully.
So, hopefully. Not our fault. iTunes' fault. Hit
Tim
the
Apple.
hotline number to leave a voicemail. We have one today. That number is 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link in the Twitter or Instagram bio at Mail-In Podcast. Randy, we got a million questions. Literally 50 questions this week, just this week alone. And unfortunately, we can only get to about 6 of them per episode.
I was going to say this is going to be a long episode if we're doing 50.
Maybe we'll do a mail-in. We'll do a mail-in 24-hour live stream with Pete Blackburn at some point.
Ooh, hit that Twitch up.
Yes.
At Twitch
before we do
TV.
get going, the question I want to ask every new guest of this podcast, Randy, what was your screen name?
Oh boy, yeah. My screen name was Sack of Potatoes 999. Sack spelled with a C, no K. That would have been too many characters.
Sack of Potatoes.
Yes.
999.
Yes.
You didn't go with Ranaconda?
No, that was I made my screen name in 3rd grade and just stuck. I never changed it. Actually, I did change it once.
Wow.
To Sack of Potatoes 99 because when I switched from AIM, which yes, I'm an AIM guy, not an AIM guy.
My man.
I think it's a regional thing. We've had this debate when I moved down here. Some people call it AIM. I think it's just regional. It's like soda and pop.
100%.
But yeah, when I switched up from AIM to AOL, I couldn't link it for some reason, so I just made the same thing with one less 9.
So AOL was different than AIM, is what you're saying?
When they first came out, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, or maybe I was just
you
like
went to a different
5th.
platform, and you couldn't have or Sack of Potatoes 999.
Yeah, and I think originally, maybe it was just because I was in 6th grade and I was trying to figure it out. But then they were like cross-compatible, and then I could actually do it. Because AIM is American Online Instant Messenger, but like AOL had its own browser that became an instant messenger too. So it was very weird. They had little 3D animated icons and stuff.
They did. Man, those days. Bring me back, Randy. Wouldn't it be fun if you just had, like, I guess Facebook has it now, but there's not like an instant messaging, I like texting, I guess, but you can't see who's online and who's not. Like, imagine if IM was just brought back, like it's like some major platform, like everything, like Facebook kind of has it, but that's not the main thing. Instagram kind of has it. You can see who's online, but that's not the whole thing.
Yeah.
If there was a Slack for everybody, I think I would have fun with that.
That was what was kind of nice at the beginning of the pandemic was that you knew no one was doing anything and that they were all available to talk, and like just being able to schedule these big Zoom calls and just be able to hit up anyone because no one could do anything. So it was kind of like that. It was like, all right, I can just have big group messages with my friends and whatnot.
Yeah, it would be fun to see like what people's usernames would be now, and not just have there's something nostalgic to this. That every platform has little bits and pieces of IM or AIM, but there's no like official just all over instant messenger. You know?
I saw like a clip of Snoop Dogg on Twitch getting like tons of kills in a row on the Halo Master Chief Edition, but he was playing Halo 3, the Halo 3 part of that, and man, it just like brought me back to just being in like early high school, late middle school playing Halo 3 online.
What's the map? Is it called? Is it the Gulch?
Blood Gulch?
Blood Gulch. That. I didn't have much Halo growing up. I'm like Dylan. I'm an outdoor cat. So I played a lot of, pickle and hotbox and paintball and shit like that.
Which we called it running bases. I never heard of pickle or hotbox, but it's the same exact game.
Okay. Also a regional thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't. When I would play Halo, it was at a buddy's sleepover, and in where we lived in upstate New York, there's a lot of hills and a lot of new houses, and all the new houses, like the new constructions, had walkout basements.
Yep.
So because houses would be on a hill, so we'd go in the basement, play Halo, play Call of Duty, drink Mountain Dew, eat like Doritos, and
Gamer fuel,
and then sneak out at like 11 o'clock at night.
Ooh, bad boys.
Be like, ooh, your parents aren't gonna wake up, right? Your parents are gonna wake up.
Man, it throws me off that like if I stay around Texas, which I plan to do, that and like have a family and whatnot, that my kids aren't gonna have a basement.
No,
it sucks that Texas doesn't have basements.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if you can like request one. Be like, hey, what's it cost
It's
to like
expensive.
put a basement in here?
You could have probably a basement if it's on a hill, a walkout one,
Right.
like you said. I
Yeah.
think you see that, but in general, just like everyone in the north has basements.
Yeah, everybody.
Where are you supposed to
Everybody
go when there's a tornado? Basement.
100%. We don't get a lot of tornadoes in upstate New York, but if there was, we would go there. Just upstate New York. Anyway, Randy, let's get to the questions, shall we? So the first one, they ask, hey guys, love the pod. Some coworkers and I are having a socially distanced happy hour, and I'm a little perplexed on a few things. Here we go. For context, I'm 27, work at a Fortune 500 company, and I've never met my coworkers as I was hired during the pandemic, and we are all about the same age. Question being, should I wear a comfort colors shirt with shorts, or is that too immature? Or should I go with a spring colored golf type shirt with shorts? Also for drinks, should I bring a soft cooler with some Vizzies or bring some wine? As a guy that normally drinks with friends on the lake while fishing, this is a new experience, so any help would be appreciated. This is kind of like an underrated thing about the pandemic is that a lot of people have changed locations or jobs and are like we're kind of unique in that we work together every day.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing only Zoom and have only been doing Zoom for like months on end, Randy.
I have some friends that like are like, yeah, we're supposed to be going into the office next week, but they've been saying that for the past 3 months, so I'm still working at home.
Right. So I don't think this is going to be an uncommon situation going forward. People are meeting in person for the first time after having worked together for like a year.
Yeah, okay, I can see that as being kind of norm, whatnot. I'm very confused what he means by a socially distanced happy hour, because apparently, so it's not like they're going to a bar. That's usually what I think happy hour.
This sounds to me like they're going to somebody's like patio, like backyard.
Yeah, okay.
Or an apartment patio.
So they're getting together after work, because happy hour pretty much implies a bar's specials is happy hour.
Correct.
Whatnot.
I might hit a happy hour today, by the way.
Ooh.
There's a really good restaurant that I've just tried here, and I need to go back, by the way. But anyway, continue.
So I guess that's what they're doing. They're going to some coworker's house, and then they're just going to be sitting 6 feet apart on their lawn chairs and whatnot.
Sure.
So I gotta think, if this is the first one, hopefully there's going to be more. You go not full business casual, but I think the golf shirt and what isn't right. You don't want to go super relaxed because it is your coworkers and it's professional, but you don't go super dressed up. The golf shirt, like he said, and then just bring whatever drinks that you want. You don't bring wine. That's
Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. He says 27 Fortune 500 company, and I'm sure his coworker being the same age, like you really can't go wrong. I wouldn't bring like a bottle of Fireball and be like the funny guy. I don't think that's gonna play.
yeah. You're not trying to rage.
No, you're 27.
You're not doing Jaeger bombs.
I don't go t-shirt. I don't go like wear a polo and shorts. That's perfect.
Collar.
Yeah.
Have a collar, and then just
like,
gauge it.
don't wear an Oxford. Don't be crazy. Or wear a nice t-shirt and chinos and a pair of like nice sneakers or shoes. I wouldn't overthink this one. I think you can do polo shorts. Don't wear flip-flops. Because don't be that guy.
And if we're thinking about this is the first time you are meeting your coworkers in a social setting, is what I'm thinking.
Right, a non-Zoom,
So not talking about work, you're just meeting the actual people and getting to know them. So, like he asked, bring some Vizzies, and then maybe you get into interest and you start talking about the podcast and whatnot. Boom.
Oh.
Tell a friend right there.
Tell a friend. Yeah, tell your coworkers about this pod. Yeah, I mean, this is, I wouldn't overthink this. Bring some Vizzies. Wear something like nice casual. I don't think you have to bring like a cheese board. I don't hate the bottle.
No, it's not a dinner party. It's a happy hour.
You're not a wine guy. So you say don't bring wine. Bring it. Bottle of wine is fine, especially like a nice little outdoor happy hour bottle of Pinot Grigio for $12 from HEB. Whew.
Yeah, I guess that is just me just not being a wine guy. But when I think wine, I think it's a little more formal, like a dinner party. If it's just a casual happy hour, then yeah, you just bring a 6-pack of beer or whatnot just for yourself.
Don't be the natty light guy.
Because are you going to drink a whole bottle of wine by yourself?
No, it's to share, or it's just a
Socially
nice-
distanced, Brett.
Whoever's hosting, it's like a nice gesture. Hey, thank you for providing. Here's a bottle of wine to like reciprocate.
Okay, I think both. Then both. You do the wine as
wine and Vizzy.
the wine as a gift to the person that's hosting, and then you bring your own drinks, because I mean, it, like they said, it's socially distanced. I don't really understand what that means. Are you going to be going around and pouring the wine for people? So just bring your own little cans, and then maybe as a gesture, a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't overthink this one, man. Your first happy hour, your first impression. It's going to be important to that people see you in a social setting for the first time, but don't overthink it.
Enjoy yourself. I know
Yeah.
one thing you could wear.
Don't wear roller shoes. Don't wear roller shoes. I wonder what time this happy hour is, Randy.
I think this is where I was going. I know exactly what you could wear to stunt on them.
A movement watch.
A movement watch.
In a tiny apartment in Southern California, 2 college dropouts teamed up to create a watch company that broke all of the rules, Randy. With fair prices, unexpected colors, and clean original designs, Movement grew into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. And now Movement has expanded into blue light glasses that protect your eyes from screens, as well as minimalist jewelry and more style essentials that don't break the bank, all designed out of their California headquarters. Randy, are you wearing Movements right now?
Yes, I just put them on for the people watching at home. These things are great. I wear these blue blocker glasses pretty much every day in the office because I'm constantly staring at a screen, and I never really was sure if like blue blockers worked, but I can tell you like my eyes just get so dried out when I don't have these on.
Really?
And then as soon as I put them on, I just feel my eyes strain just immediately goes down.
Really?
Yeah. So if I
No joke. Those are the Revelers, by the way. Reveler blue
are
light.
they? I'm not sure. I asked Dylan if I could borrow his, and he was like, "Yeah, you know what? You could just keep them. You're the one staring at the screen all day."
There you go. I'm a big fan of their Navigator sunglasses myself, as well as they have a watch. I got to find it here. They have a watch where it's like a rose gold face and brown leather strap that I wear literally all the time. It's like my going out watch. I don't have enough to kind of make a collection here of really nice watches yet. So that's where I work on my movements, and it looks like a $500 watch for $100. It's awesome. That's the 40. It's called the rose gold natural tan leather strap and rose gold face. It's fantastic.
I got a black one, and I can't find it right off the top here, but man, it's just murdered out. It's a black band, it's a black face, and it looks so good. I'm gonna buy a pair of black boots just so I can wear the boots with that watch.
They also have, obviously the look of a metal watch kind of gets the juices flowing, because it looks like a ridiculously expensive watch. But like the Astro Blue and the Liquid Mercury, those things are running you $100, and they look badass.
They're nice watches.
The fun part about wearing a Movement is like you're at a bar, and somebody's like, "Oh fuck, that what watch brand is that? Like that looks awesome." It's like, dude, it's a Movement. It's a Movement. That's all it is. Hop on right now with the promo code.
The
Bang.
movement is a movement.
There you go. Get a beautiful watch shipped to your door for free, and if you don't love it, Randy, ship it right back for free. Free shipping all over the place, and glasses too. Look at that. I got a pair of the Navigators in my car right now, for the glasses.
And those are sunglasses?
Oh yeah, fantastic. So here's what you can do to join the movement. If you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/mailin. That's mvmt.com/mailin. MAILIN. That's join the movement. Randy, how about a voicemail?
Let's do it.
Hey, mail-in crew. Got a wedding question scenario for you. I'm 27, and I'm going to a wedding in about 10 days. I've been to 6 or 7. 2 of them I've been the best man, and the other 3 or 4 I've been in the groomsman party. I've never been to a wedding as just a member of the guest list. So my main question is, what kind of fit do I get off? I've always been told what to wear, being a part of the bridal shower, the bridal party. I've never had my free reign of fits. Do I go tie? Do I go no tie? Do I do similar colors to the groomsmen, or do I try and stick out? Other random questions. Am I supposed to sit somewhere specific during like the ceremony? Is there really like a groom side, a bride side? Is that real, or is that just something you see in movies? And what am I supposed to do when the bridal party's getting like their pictures done? Am I supposed to get hammered? I've never actually been to a cocktail hour. I've always had to do pictures. All right. Mostly concerned about the fits, but I want to know about the rest of it too. Let me know what you got.
This just got me super aged for weddings again.
Dude, wedding season is underway. I have never heard someone who is so experienced and has so many weddings underneath his belt, but is so ignorant to how to be at a wedding than this guy.
Yeah, I feel like this guy, it's almost funny. He's just he's such a good friend to people that he just keeps getting called up to the big leagues.
Yeah.
He's got the groomsman and best man duties all the time. He's never just a spectator.
Yeah.
How about that? I want to meet this dude.
That's cool. Yeah, I got a couple weddings last year and this year where mix in between. I'm standing up for some wedding guests, others. So I'm in the wedding game now. We're both, well, I am older. I am 27. You're 26, youngin.
Significantly older than me.
Yeah, significantly.
Like how much? What percentage is that?
I don't know. Who knows?
4
No one
to
at this company knows what my
5% older
birthday
than
is,
I
so
am?
it's not even. Who cares? So, but yeah, no. Yes, to a lot of the stuff, he pretty much knows what he has to do.
Let's lay it out one by one. Okay. Before you trip over more words there,
Yeah.
Randy. Tell you're getting excited. Outfit. You wear a suit. You don't have to wear a tie. You don't have to match the groom. You don't have to match the bride.
Do not match the groomsmen.
Correct. This is always a lot harder. This is mansplaining here. I feel like this is a harder thing for girls because it depends on the weather. It depends on the type of dress. Usually your host or the people who are getting married will provide you a dress code. Sometimes it's black tie.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's cocktail attire. So wear a suit. Don't have to wear a tie, depending on what the invite says. And just go something seasonal, in the spring, go with a nice light shirt, maybe a blue suit, brown shoes. In the fall, maybe a charcoal, black shoes, white shirt. You know what I'm saying, Randy?
Yeah, you're killing it. Apparently, gingham is out. I have so many good gingham shirts, but according to Chet Hanks, no plaid for White Boy Summer. They were talking
Gingham.
about it today on listener voicemails, which come out tomorrow. But
Yeah.
so I don't know if with these weddings I'm going to, I'm not standing up. Can I wear a gingham checkered shirt?
It's funny you say that. I have one that I wore last summer to a wedding, and it was already kind of on the way out then. I think it's solid shirt season, dude. It's solid shirt season.
I have so
Nothing
many
wrong
good
with gingham.
ginghams.
Nothing wrong with gingham. I like the solid look better.
Yeah. So yeah, suit, just dress shirt, suit, tie or no tie. That's up to you. I would say preferably don't match the groomsmen
No,
because
I
then
would
you're
also-
stealing valor in a way.
Right, and also I probably lean no tie, because there's just something one step below like the super formality of being a groomsman. People take their tie off anyway at the dance floor type of thing.
Very
Okay.
true.
Next question was side of the aisle ceremony. If you're one of the first people there, you pick the side that you're more closely acquainted with, the groom or the bride.
Yeah, and they do have sides.
Right, they do have sides. At a certain point, though, if you're in pew like 28, and there's a significant difference between sides, I kind of vote for the fill-in, like make it a little more even.
Here's the thing. I want to know what his relation is to the actual groom or bride.
My guess is bride and groom are college friends. This dude ran in their circle in college. That's the vibe I got.
Okay, because that's like a lot of my weddings are now, is that if I'm not standing up, it's usually one of my college friends or high school friends that I'm good friends with, but just, they have closer like family or friends that were the part of the party. So if you have a big group of guys or girls that are friends within the friends that aren't there, you just squat up with them for the whole wedding and you go sit with them pretty much. Like you're just going to meet at the hotel. There's going to be like 10 of you and you guys roll in together and you all go sit on the same side.
Being a wedding guest is so fucking fun. I love weddings. Randy, I fucking love weddings. Okay, knock 2 of those out. Next thing, cocktail hour. The best hour, arguably, of the whole thing. It's literally there for you to get hammered.
It's literally what I just said. That squad that showed up with and that you sat with, you guys just go and get hammered.
Right. It's after the ceremony. Everybody oohs and ahs. It's fantastic. Now everybody's on the way back to the reception. People have to go do pictures. The cocktail hour is the best. Is literally the best part. Open bar cocktail hour loosens you up for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Maybe there's hors d'oeuvres going around. Arguably better food. No offense to everybody out there. Better food than the dinner. I don't think I've ever been like hungry going into a reception dinner. You know what I'm saying? Because I load up on the cheese mountain and the scallops and the
little hot dogs,
yeah.
sausages.
Oh. My 2 favorite parts of wedding weekends are like, one, say you go out Thursday night when you see everybody for the first time.
Yeah.
Everybody's loose and having fun. 2, Friday night after the rehearsal dinner when people are just ready to get loaded. And cocktail hour.
Man, we're in an interesting scenario that we're both not from our hometowns right now, that we have to travel in.
No.
There are people that probably still live there. So it's kind of like a homecoming every single wedding,
Yeah,
too.
it
So
is.
you're going to have fun with it.
Especially when your close friends are getting married and it's a homecoming with your best friends. It's the best. Oh,
yeah.
I need a wedding on the books. I don't have weddings until the fall.
That's actually the origin of the Will DeFreeze crying photo, was that he went home for a wedding and
Yes.
saw all his friends and got really choked up about it.
How about that? Anything else we got to answer for this guy here? I think we took.
I think we answered pretty much everything. It's just everything. You pretty much know exactly what you're doing. Just wear, business-esque clothing and have fun. This I would like to ask you a question. Would you rather be a wedding guest or in the wedding party?
Oh, rather is a tough way to put it because I very much enjoy both.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously less stress just being a guest, but being in the wedding party, and you also have more freedom. You can probably maybe enjoy a local restaurant or something if you're not in the wedding. Being in the wedding, though, you get the rehearsal dinner, you get the speeches, you get the fanfare that comes with weddings. So maybe, you know what? I'm going to say I'd rather be in a wedding than a spectator. I like all of the stuff that comes with it. You get ready with your boys and.
Yeah, it's awesome. You're celebrity of the wedding. But I've never been a best man. Maybe I will be in the future, but I feel like being a best man in a maid of honor is a little more stress and not as fun. Where just being a regular old groomsman, like you get to dick around and also kind of be important. It's awesome.
No, 100%. There people will argue the sweet spot, right? Whereas you're like in the bachelor party, but you're not in the groomsman.
It's like an usher.
You're an usher. Like that's if my buddy was supposed to get married last summer, obviously that COVID kind of canceled the whole thing, so they got married in a very small ceremony. But I was going to be an usher for his and in the bachelor party. People say that's the sweet spot, and I get that argument. I'm all for it. I kind of like the fanfare of like everything else, though. You have to organize stuff, and I kind of like being that involved.
Yeah, it's
Something
it's
about
fun, man. I am pumped. I got a bachelor party coming up mid-June,
Okay.
and then that wedding later in September, one in August. So got some weddings on the book this year.
Got some weddings on the books, Randy. Man, I could talk about weddings all day. I love them. If you have any wedding, we have wedding invites sitting right out here, Randy. We can. Maybe me and you can stop by a bachelor's wedding. That'd be fun. Anyway, let's go to the next one. This question says, "Hey guys, what do you think of the idea of 2 couples living in an apartment together?" No, Randy, no. A bit of background. I moved in with my friend Rachel. Oh, is this friends? Am I getting friends right now?
Oh boy, let's keep reading.
I moved in with my friend Rachel into a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment a few years ago. After a year, her boyfriend moved into our apartment, which we all agreed to do so we could save money on rent. We all get along and live together really well and are considering moving into a new, bigger apartment on our next lease, but also adding my boyfriend of 2 years, who I've not previously lived with. Is this crazy? We are between the ages of 27 and 29. Did I just get friendsed? Did somebody just friends me?
Did that happen in Friends?
I don't know
You
enough
know
about
more
it.
about Friends
No,
than I do.
I know the characters. I don't know the story.
Okay, I don't think this is Friends, but if it
Okay.
is, we're still gonna answer it. This is a terrible idea.
Horrendous idea. Guys, come on.
Yeah,
The only there's part of me here that's like, you probably get a really dope apartment with 4 people, 2 bedrooms, so you have the space to make this like less weird.
I don't have a problem maybe with them all living together.
Okay.
I have a problem with the current situation living together. I am
Okay.
currently in a 2-bed, 1-bathroom with me and one other guy, my roommate,
Uh-huh.
and we are about to move because we are sick of having 1 bathroom. We want a second toilet, a second bathroom. 4 people to 1 bathroom? That's
no,
ridiculous.
This is 3 people, 1 bathroom.
But they said 2-bed,
Currently.
1 bath, but another one might be moving in.
They're gonna do I would assume 2-bed, 2-bath in the next one.
Okay.
Hopefully, God forbid they do 2-bed, 1-bath again.
Yeah, if it's 2-bed, 1 bath, definitely don't do it.
Right. Say call it 2-bed, 2-bath.
Okay, so the dynamic is that she's living with her friend and that her friend's boyfriend's already moved in with them.
Correct.
So it's 3 people,
3 people,
right now.
2-bed, 1-bath.
And then she wants to move in her new boyfriend that she's not lived with before to make it 4 people.
In their next bigger apartment.
I honestly, there's too much riding on the relationships there.
You're asking a lot to move in with your boyfriend you're living together for the first time. That's inevitably gonna be not stressful, but like you're gonna learn things about each other that you might not have known before, like how you are as a roommate versus a boyfriend or girlfriend. So I think this is a terrible idea, but there's a scenario where you can get something big enough with presumably 4 incomes contributing to the rent.
From a money standpoint, this is singing hell yeah, do it. But
Right. I just unless it's a house, maybe you do a house and you get like a 3-bedroom house with an office and 2 very separate bedrooms, a huge kitchen, huge like.
I'd be down
There's a lot
worth it
of-
for that.
Yeah, there's a lot, and you're also older, right? Like 27 to 29. You're not in college anymore, living like a bachelor pad lifestyle, right, or like a frat house lifestyle.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna move into with this guy for the first time, you guys might want to just separate because I want to know how much money they'd be saving from getting a 2-bed, 2-bath for 4 people compared to getting 2 different 1-bedroom, 1-baths.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they'd be
Obviously
saving
be
money on
saving
bills
money,
and
but-
everything, but I mean, I think it's just better to just go separate ways.
Is the amount of money here's what it boils down to is the amount of money you're saving, which potentially ends up not being a ton because to get the amount of space you need in a 2-bed 2-bath of this scenario, you're going to have to up your price range, obviously. Is the amount of saving or money you're saving worth the inevitable confrontation? Right? Like it doesn't matter how well you live together. When you're dealing with living with somebody for the first time as a boyfriend, girlfriend, roommate, I mean, privacy is a whole thing. Are the walls back to back? Randy, like, who gets the TV for Netflix? God forbid.
I'm sure they probably have multiple TVs. TVs
But
aren't that expensive.
you don't have 2
today.
living rooms.
That is true. I
I
want to
don't
know what
like- I
their
don't like this
relationship
idea at
is
all.
too.
I don't like this idea at all.
Clearly the 2 girls are friends.
Right.
They were the ones originally rooming together.
Correct.
Do the 2 guys know each other? Has this been like a big friend group that they just started dating each other? And like, are they all good buddies? And also, how many people write into the mail-in saying like, hey, I have like 3 months left on my lease with my now ex-girlfriend. So there's 2 relationships there that if one goes down, then there's like a whole scenario of like, do they move out?
Yeah.
Do we have to like pick up the slack?
Oh,
You're
you're so right on that.
I don't think that this is a good idea.
In pure game theory, you're doubling the probability of a situation where there's a financial like crisis of splitting rent. Yikes. The amount of things that could go wrong outweigh the benefit of saving a couple $100 a month for me.
And
right? Is that kind of
yeah,
where we land?
did they say where they're like California and New York? Is this like a big issue with like money wise? Because then maybe I could see it that, maybe financially they need to do this. So maybe you do it. I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. If you guys really want to stick together and that's kind of part of it, maybe look for 1 bedroom, 1 bathrooms in the same apartment complex and be neighbors. But I don't
Something
think
like that,
living
sure.
together
I
is
actually-
the move.
I actually don't hate. I don't know why my brain goes here, but I don't hate the 3-person in a 2-bed, like a couple and 1 other roommate. I think that situation can be fine. It's when you bring in the 2 relationship dynamic.
That's because, if you're like, if I'm rooming with my roommate and he gets a girlfriend, they're going to be over all the time. So it's not that really that different, that living and whatnot. It's the double relationship is the problem there.
Agreed. Oh, imagine the number of dishes and like just things.
Yeah.
I lived with,
it could
with
be
7
fun.
other people in college. So it was a 6-bed, 2-bath, 8 people total.
It could be fun, but I just don't think it's worth the risk.
Agreed. Let's do the next one. This question comes in and says, Randy, solo vacations, yay or nay? Here's the context. Hey, gang. Long-time listener, first-time submitter. Thank you for submitting. So quickly to give some background. I am an emergency management professional for a bi-state transportation agency in the tri-state area. He says, Brett, you can probably guess which one, but please don't reveal. Thanks. I will not reveal. As you can imagine, I, with this COVID-19 pandemic craziness going on the entire past year, and then some, am absolutely burnt out and looking for a break and recharge that a long holiday weekend can't really fix. So since I've racked up a ton of PTO, no big deal, since last year, and I'm all vaxxed up, I want to get away. The first issue is, where the hell do I go? Second, are solo vacays the move? I've never had a problem seeing a movie or grabbing a bite by myself, but there's a big difference between catching a matinee of Mortal Kombat than there is flying to San Diego or some shit. I like this guy's writing. My buddies aren't fortunate enough to have the same amounts of PTO racked up or time to do things like I do, but I just wanted to see if you thought a solo vacation is a good move at this point. Thanks.
I know you're big on solo vacations.
I love the idea of a solo vacation.
You go ahead and you gas it up, and I'm going to come in with what I have to say.
Okay. With the solo, so I might be a little more tempered than you expect, actually. So I love the idea of it. Now, the practice of it. You have to have a situation on a solo vacation where you have, I guess an activity is the word. I'm very cool with a solo vacation if it's got golf attached to it. I'm very cool with a solo vacation if it's got skiing attached to it.
Okay.
You are inevitably taking a week, say it's a 10, like Thursday through Sunday of the next week. Say it's a 10 day vacation, which is awesome. But you are going to inevitably find yourself wanting to share, or talk or do something like that. Now, the way to do that on a solo vacation is to make friends with whatever people you're vacationing with. So that's why on a solo vacation, I probably wouldn't recommend like an Airbnb. I would say go to some resort where you can hop into the hotel lobby bar or the resort restaurants all week and just be like, here I'm doing my Forgetting Sarah Marshall thing. And maybe you end up, I don't know, falling in love with a
Mila Kunis,
perhaps the attendant of the front office desk. I don't know, Randy. I don't know. Point being is, I love the idea of a solo vacation. I think in practice, by day 5 or 6 of a solo vacation, you're like, not bored, but just like, ooh, I'm lonely.
No, that's the word I would definitely use.
Okay.
So I think solo vacations, I don't know. It would have to be somewhere that you would really want to go visit and then never really had time. So like, I don't even know if the countries are open, but maybe I would take a solo trip to like go to Poland or like Rome or whatnot. Like, just to go see that stuff and maybe go do my own sightseeing that I don't have to worry about a group. But like, you're going to get bored. Even if like you go to a resort and just in a paradise. Like after like day 4 or 5, if you don't have tons of activities planned, like you said, it's just you're just gonna get lonely and bored. I think that's why in my like current life is I am down going on a solo trip where it's me by myself going to a city to visit a friend for a long weekend. But this guy said that a long weekend or girl, I don't know who it was, isn't going to cut it for them. Maybe, I don't know, if it's a you don't use it, you lose it type of PTO scenario, yeah, go maybe not a full week, but maybe a long weekend. So like maybe like a 5-day weekend where you leave
like a
Wednesday and then go there.
Take the Monday off too, because that's when you have Sunday as a vacation day. That's like an older person life hack that once you get the freedom to do it is so key. When you can either travel on Monday or travel late Sunday night and not worry about having to work at 9 a.m. the next day. When
this person was explaining their job, it's a bunch of gibberish to me. I had no idea what they were talking about. But it seems like it's a well-paying job or whatnot? I would say maybe do 2 solo trips. Go visit somewhere for 2 or 3 days and then go visit somewhere else. Like maybe do a little hopping around to keep it fresh and so you don't get bored. So like maybe go to, I don't know, go to California and then go to Seattle. I don't know, something like that. Just to bounce it around so that it's not go to Boston and then go to New York. Who knows?
Yeah, you know what's so like Thursday through Tuesday you do Napa, and then Wednesday through Sunday you do like
Hollywood or something. I don't know. Go see the stars.
Now, I think I have a tip here. If you're going to do a solo vacation for an extended period of time, I think it has to be not necessarily a city. You're going to look for more of a resort situation, right? Like a ski resort, a beach resort, a wellness resort, a golf resort, right? Just going to a hotel in LA for 10 days, you're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah, that seems like that's more of a group trip thing that you want to have fun with friends.
Going to a city, I'd probably, I don't know why I think I'd stay away from cities, but I do, unless it's like a long weekend. I'm down to jam in a city for a couple days, but you're gonna end up eating like TGI Fridays one night in a city by yourself, and like that's not what vacations are about.
Yeah, so I guess the best way to do it is I'm not anti the solo vacation. Sounds like you really want to do it. But you have to know that you might get bored, so keep it fresh and maybe have an activity.
Here's what I'll say.
Maybe have multiple destinations.
Have an activity or something you can look forward to each day of a solo vacation, and do a resort. Do something that you can that is kind of set up for this type of thing.
Yeah,
so they can keep it fresh for you. Get a massage, go golf, go snorkeling.
Have an itinerary, but maybe not a strict one because you're trying to unwind, but have, at least a plan so that you're just actually enjoying yourself and not getting bored.
Open your mind up to the possibility of falling in love with the front desk attendant, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
You know what this guy should bring on his trip, Randy?
What, Brett?
How about a Vizzy or like 25?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long trip. You don't want just one Vizzy for like
you Vizzy this summer yet, Randy?
Yeah.
Vizzy is the only hard seltzer with the superfruit acerola, Randy. It's the only hard seltzer with the antioxidant vitamin C, and it always quenches my thirst, Randy. I walk down the aisle of your local grocery store.
Oh, okay.
You know how many options there are for these days? You know how hot this category is? This hard seltzer category is?
None if you're talking about ones with superfruit acerola and vitamin C antioxidants.
That makes the choice easy. It's the only orange box that sticks out as like, pick me. I'm like, you know what, Vizzy? I'm going to pick you every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Or Saturday, if you don't want to have a Sunday fun day. I don't know. Vizzy is the hard seltzer that we are shaping our summer around. It's perfect for the beach. It's perfect for the golf course. It's perfect for the patio.
Perfect for everything.
Everything. I don't know what it's not perfect for.
Weddings?
Yeah. I thought you were going to roll off more.
No, I just remember doing an ad read to the videographer for my buddy's wedding, and he probably had to cut it all out. But I was like, this is Vizzy. You guys need to know about it.
Got it. Okay. You know, Vizzy has 30 times more vitamin C per cup than an orange.
I've heard.
How about that? Maybe you do. Maybe give Vizzy's out for your what's it like, an intramural softball game or soccer game? How about doing Vizzy's at halftime, packing you with vitamin C?
I'm like I've already said in the past. This is a summer of no beer for me. Trying to cut, so Vizzy is perfect. I'm just going to be drinking Vizzy all summer. I love it.
How about this? They have 8 new flavors for you this summer, Randy. There's the OGs. We all know and love them. We all know and love them. But here's the new ones. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Pineapple mango. No, that's not a new one. That's an old one. Excuse me.
That's an OG.
Papaya passion fruit.
That's the one.
Watermelon strawberry. Blackberry lemon and raspberry tangerine. Come on, Randy.
They're good. They're all good.
Have
I've
you
tried
tried-
them all. I had to go to Target and get the last 2 of the new flavors and the new lemonades, which I'm sure you'll get to.
Yeah.
I got the last 2 boxes.
Really?
Yep.
So that's probably when I went. They didn't have any.
I did actually go to the Target down south by you, so I probably did take the last
That's
2 before
funny.
you got them.
Do you have a favorite out of the new ones yet?
The lemonades. The lemonades are great. I know you're excited about this one, the peach lemonade.
Oh, peach lemonade, absolute game changer.
And also the raspberry lemonade. To me, it just tastes like a popsicle, and it tastes super, super summery.
Super summery. While we're on that topic, the lemonades are raspberry lemonade and peach lemonade, like we said. Also watermelon lemonade and strawberry lemonade. Come on, Randy.
You can never go wrong with strawberry lemonade.
You can never go wrong with strawberry lemonade. And guess what? At 5% ABV and only 100 calories and less than 1 gram of sugar per can, every sip of Vizzy is more exhilarating than the last. And if you're getting one of those lemonades, Randy, 0 grams of sugar per 12-ounce serving.
Man, I just remember us paddleboarding that one time, and we were
Oh,
just drinking Vizzies,
paddleboarding.
and we were just sitting there like,
Great.
this is great. These are fantastic.
They're light. They're refreshing. You don't feel like full after them. You can drink one after another and feel great. Feel light on your feet, ready to dance a little bit, maybe
Ready to roller shoe?
Oh, ready to roller shoe. So here's what I need you guys to do. Upgrade your hard seltzer to Vizzy. 1. Find out where to purchase Vizzy by going to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. Must be 21 plus to buy. And then what I want you to do with your Vizzies is send them in. DM us pictures of how are you Vizzying this summer. Because here's what we do with those pictures. We take them, we put them all together, and we send them to Vizzy, who also just loves seeing you guys do what you do.
I can't wait for us to have some meetups this year and just be rocking Vizzies.
Rocking Vizzies. So have some fun with Vizzy this summer. Show us how you're having fun with Vizzy this summer. I don't care where you're at. Maybe you're just in the living room. But anyway.
True.
Next one, Randy. Big game and guest.
That's me. I'm the guest. I'm
First
Randy.
time, long time. Welcome to the mailbag. I have a situation that could get awkward if not handled correctly, so I'm coming to the pros of general internet advice. I'm a service rep for a construction company. My job is basically to travel to various job sites to ensure our plans and products are 100% foolproof and ultimately save our company and customers time and money. How about that line? Bang! That's an elevator pitch, right?
Yeah,
I want to hire this guy. Since I've started 2 years ago, my responsibilities have tripled to include training new guys to work under me, helping customers with problems outside of my company's scope, and taking over multiple new territories, all without a raise. Dun dun dun. How do I approach my boss about this? And do I ask for a percentage of my salary or a flat dollar amount? I don't want to come across to my boss as cocky, but I've saved my company money and general embarrassment from my work, and I think and feel like I should be paid. I shouldn't be paid like a new hire anymore. Sorry for being non-tactical, but wanted you guys to have all the details. Love you. Bye. Randy, how do you approach a boss about a raise?
I would also love to know how to do this. Will, can I have a raise? No, clearly he has his pinpoints, so he's very well prepared at least
right,
to know why he believes he deserves a raise. So he's ready. Check 1.
The first thing about, I'm just going to add on to your point. The first thing about getting a raise is preparation. All right, what else you got, Randy?
Now I want to know what his dynamic is because he says he travels around but like, are they still going into the office? Could he actually face to face meet with his boss? It has to be. I would want to like probably try to schedule a meeting to ask about. Maybe just make it vague, like future in the company, something like that.
Point number 2 that I'll add on to Randy's: personal conversation and connection. What do you got?
It sounds like you have actual points, so you can take over.
Well, the situation here is interesting. So he says 2 years ago he started. Hasn't had a raise since. Okay. That, to me, builds in. He works in construction. Obviously, the pandemic has made things interesting from a construction standpoint because the economy tanked.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, are we continuing these projects? Money was probably at the forefront of your boss's mind over the last year or so, based on, are we still going to build? Are people going to pull out of these contracts? How much? Like, there's a lot of things going on money-wise that, no offense to this guy, he sounds like a great employee. I don't think employee wages were at the forefront of this boss's mind or this company's mind for the last year. Okay. That's point number 1. Now, we're in a better situation. It's been 2 years. Construction is picking up like crazy, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Your company behind the scenes, I'm sure, is in a better spot than they were April 22nd of last year. So that leads me to the point of, your boss is probably expecting you to come to them at some point. Usually a work anniversary or a calendar anniversary are good ways to build in conversations.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to know is it like 2 years to the date? Do you have a review coming up or something like that? And if you don't have a review coming up, like if you're getting close to that date, I would schedule a talk.
Yeah,
something like
not
that.
not only is a conversation good to have about a raise, but it's good to get your thoughts about your performance, or the review period where your boss can give you feedback. So those conversations are always good to have, probably quarterly or every 6 months, right? Getting a review or a talk about, hey, here's what's going right, here's what's going wrong. Beside the point. Around a yearly, like a December 31st or a work anniversary, whenever you started, those are good days to pick out for conversations about this stuff, because your boss is going to expect it. It's not out of the blue. It's kind of how things work, right? Like, you can talk to your coworkers, ask them when they talk about these kinds of things with the boss, but circle it around a anniversary. Now, second point. Come prepared with all of these bullet points. The number one way to get a raise, and it feels like you're in a position to do this, is show them how much money you're saving them or how much money you're making them, right? How you're if you can have a tangible value. I know there's a lot of positions out there that can't, unfortunately, be like, your sales guy made X $1 million for you. Here's what I think I'm justifiably worth. There's a lot of positions out there that are not tangible value to the company. But if you have some sort of stats to bring the stats, man. Bring the next gen stats. Second point you ask about is how do you, like, what kind of raise do you ask for?
Percentage or dollar amount?
It's a percentage. That's pretty standard in this situation. Usually if you're negotiating a bonus or something like that, you can start at a percentage for that, but that's also a flat dollar amount that you end up physically asking for. Raises, I think, for the most part, depending, obviously every situation is different, but asking for a percentage is the way to go. And depending on the industry, obviously everything's different. A 5% raise is awesome. A 10% raise is even better. A new position, perhaps a new title, might get you a 20% bump. So maybe that's an option you ask for.
But I mean, you've been there for 2 years. Think you deserve non-new hire pay is how he described it. Yeah, and if it happens to be like his 2 year is in like November, and then like December is that thing, and they haven't had, that's pretty far out to be pushing off to like waiting for an anniversary or whatnot, just do like what I said earlier. Just like try to schedule a meeting talking about the future of the company, or like maybe not, so it doesn't sound like you're talking big picture stuff as a new hire, a recently new hired, but just try to schedule a meeting. Like, don't just casually bring it up at a happy hour. You want to actually make it be like a formal thing.
Correct. Yeah. Formalize it. Do it at the end. If it's, again, if you started in November and that's kind of too far away, do it at the end of a quarter. Do it at the end of June. Or at the end of a project, whatever project you guys have coming up. Once that's like signed on and looks like cash flow's in a good spot, catch them at the right time. That kind of thing. Or her. I don't know who your boss is.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Boom. Let's go to the last one, Randy. They ask, Upstate Brett and Region Rat Randy.
Hey.
Are you the Region Rat?
I'll explain after you read it.
Okay. What's good? Checking to ask a question about something neither of you, to my knowledge, are experts on. Home ownership. Correct. The girlfriend and I are in the process of purchasing a bit of a fixer-upper, so prioritizing projects is taking up a lot of mental capital at this moment. So I figured I'd put it out to you guys. What's most important for you guys to have exactly the way you want it? Is it a dope TV room? A killer patio? A bathroom perfect for pampering? What is it?
Okay.
First of all, why are you the Region Rat?
No, I'm not the Region Rat. It's Northwest Indiana is called the Region, which no one from Northwest Indiana knows that or calls it that until they go to college, and the rest of Indiana calls it that. So they call us Region Rats because it's a derogatory term.
So it's funny.
But it's also a badge of honor too. It's because the rest of Indiana sucks, and like everyone wants to be from Northwest Indiana. Yeah, get at me. Chicago's better than Indianapolis any day of the week.
Okay.
But I still like Indiana. I have friends there. But I guess it says girlfriend, whatnot. I would say it all depends on like what you want and what she wants. Like for me, I would personally prefer a dope yard space, but also biggest thing, I'd want a kitchen. I'm not a huge cook or whatnot, but like if you're going to be redoing something, we're talking about a fixer-upper, those are probably some old appliances and some old stuff. And I think in general, the kitchen is like a big part of the thing. So I would say that would be number one for me.
So this, my brain, and you sort of alluded to it, is if you're purchasing a fixer-upper, assumedly this is, I don't even know if that's a word, assuming that this is their first house and it's a fixer-upper, my whole brain is thinking resale. When we have kids and need a bigger house and we're more progressed in our careers and we sell this place in, call it 5 or 6 years, I'm thinking 100% resale value. I don't need my perfect man cave yet. I don't need our perfect bathroom yet. I'm thinking, what is going to
draw the next customer?
Yeah. What is going to increase the value of this house the most for when the next customer comes along? Yeah. So I don't need my 3 TVs and my ridiculous chairs and my ridiculous like man cave or office.
That's a great point.
I don't think she needs, again, this is me mansplaining what women want at a house, but she doesn't need the super pampery makeup room or the ridiculous whatever. Kitchen is number one. Have an unreal kitchen will increase your home's value the most immediately.
Exactly.
New appliances, hardwood floors, rip out any carpet. Just think of look where things are trending now, and ride that wave. Like that's immediate where my brain goes. If this house is a fixer-upper, meant to you're putting your own value into it, because you're not building a new house. You're not building or buying a new house. It's fixer-upper for the purpose of probably flipping it in a way. I'm only going based off what is going to increase the house's value to call it the lay customer in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
kitchen number one.
Kitchen, floors, appliances, lighting throughout the house, electric. I'm finishing the basement if there is one. Perhaps I'm adding a room. You're knocking out a wall to make things more open. I'm not worrying about personal comforts. I'm worried about getting the house in a better place for resale. Is kind of where I'm at. Because custom houses, you ever hear about custom houses, Randy?
No.
If you customize something too much, it actually loses value because you're squeezing the amount of customers that eventually can repurchase that house.
Because not everyone wants exactly what you want, and they're going to have to redo stuff.
Exactly.
So if you just make it generally updated, that makes sense.
I'm updating the appliances. I'm updating the painting, giving it more hardwood floors, giving it a more open floor plan, making the kitchen awesome, new appliances, new washer dryer, knocking out walls here and there, adding a bathroom, finishing the attic, finishing the basement.
So
I watch a lot of HGTV. Randy.
Yeah, watch him enjoy it. So this is all to say that they're going to Fixer Upper for resale. But what if they're getting a Fixer Upper mainly to stay in, and that's what it's for their comfort and want to stay stuff. Just based on the region rat comment, I'm assuming you are from Indiana or from the Midwest. And like I said, yard is huge for me. And with the warmer weather months coming up, like that's something that I would prioritize because I do not want to try to do that in the fall or winter. So like spring, it's snowing up there right now. Can you believe that?
Yeah, so it snowed in Saratoga yesterday.
Yeah, it snowed in Indiana as well. But yeah, so I would say maybe start the kitchen if you got it. But if you got June and July and August and September right now, I would focus on maybe getting like a nice yard and hosting, like make a patio, whatnot. But then I guess it's just you just make a list of what you would want more, and then like you just compare your guys' lists together. I mean, I like the finishing the basement, like probably from the Midwest, so they probably have a basement. If it's not finished, finish the basement. And yeah, but kitchen's number one. Maybe a nice bathroom, get a better toilet or get better like plumbing, but lighting is huge too.
Maybe a steam shower. No, you're right. You're right. It's comfort at that point. And it's also maybe you break it down by what are you going to spend the most time in, or what are you going to be most proud of? Where are you going to entertain people if you have them over? Obviously, buying a house is fun because you get to have people over and it's not cramped in your apartment. So maybe, like you said, the kitchen or the great room or knocking out a wall so it's comfortable for you and everybody in there if it's a fixer-upper. So good for you guys. Happy for you getting the house going, getting home ownership going. They call it the best investment, Randy, you can make.
It's pretty expensive right now.
It is. It is. So hopefully all goes well. Let us know what you end up doing and send us pictures of what you end up doing.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice.
How about that? Randy, before we get to the shower thoughts, I have a bonus question.
A bonus question. Hit me with the bonus question.
You have mentioned on this podcast multiple times.
Not on this one, but R&B, yes.
That you are getting on the dating apps.
I'm getting on the dating apps, yes.
Can we just get an update from you? The general overarching update from Randy on dating apps and dating in general.
Nothing to report.
Nothing. Not from like who you're not seeing anybody. But
no,
it's like,
I haven't.
What's the dating app situation as it stands?
It still stands as downloaded, no profiles made.
Okay.
Because right now, I have no time to myself.
Okay.
I got my brother and his kids are coming into town in 2 weeks, and I've been working on a painting project for my niece.
Very cool.
For 2 years. And so now I'm up against it since I've been procrastinating. So I'm probably spending 4 hours a day working on it.
Wow.
So I probably won't go out all this weekend, and maybe I'm just making excuses, but it's like, I don't want to go start a conversation with someone and be like, all right, we can go on a date in 2 weeks or whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, no, getting back out there. I mean, I now have money, which I didn't originally when I moved to Austin.
Okay.
Working as Jimmy John's. There's now that still kind of is, but not as harsh of a pandemic. So people are actually going out.
Yep, you're double vaxxed.
So,
as am I. I think we're allowed to say that now.
Yeah, pretty much everyone I know that is going to be getting the vaccine is either fully or half vaxxed.
And at the very least, everybody's eligible.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay,
Randy
and I are vaxxed.
Rose isn't.
That's why we'd love to go to weddings together. Seamus O'Toole, Bao Yoshe.
I am looking forward to wedding season. But yeah, no, I'll be getting on them soon enough. Just got some other things I have to worry about right now.
Can we sit down and do the dating profile at some point?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see about it.
How about a shower thought, Randy?
Shower thought. All right, so I was on the social medias the other day.
Yeah, the Twitters
seen
and,
these
and the book
on
faces.
the Instagram, and there's a comic, I think Extra Fabulous Comics whatnot. It was a joke about Mario.
Mario.
Yes, Mario. It's a me.
You know people in New York say Mario?
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Yeah.
Actually, who said? Oh, Pete Davidson. During the Jake Paul fight when he was talking to
Fucking
Mario
Mario
Lopez,
post.
he was like, "I don't know about you, Mario." I'm like, it's literally. Anyways, so it just got me thinking: how is the most famous video game character of all time just an Italian plumber?
Well, no offense to all of our Italian listeners out there, Randy. Jeez.
But I'm just like saying like Master Chief, Space Marine type thing, like Super Soldier. You got like these ninjas or whatnot. Like that all makes sense. But just a plumber, just like a generic nationality with a very specific name and a tradesman. I have love for all my. Hey, I'm from the Rust Belt. I have love for my tradesmen out there. But it's like what if like Lars the fucking auto mechanic was it? Just some German lederhosen guy fixing cars.
Or, I mean, I feel like this is an arguable conversation, right? Because you could say Yoshi. You could say, like, Mario saying he's the number one most popular character of all time. Is that like a factual thing, or is that an opinion?
I think it's my opinion that's in very well, like everyone knows who Mario is.
I'm just going like I'm thinking of Super Smash, and I'm thinking of like the table of.
I'm talking across all video games.
You
Like
could be right. You
like
could be right.
think I'm sure
maybe I put Pikachu up there too.
that's true, but that's all Nintendo. I'm sure if you were to show Mario to even like your grandparents and whatnot, they'd be like, "Oh, I know that's the Mario guy, right?" Like they would be able to know who Mario is, and it's just like what if like Nikola the electrician instead of Mario the plumber?
Randy, you got me. I'm not much of a video game cartoon guy, but it's an underdog story. It's just a plumber.
It's
a great. Well, think about so you distill it back to why he's so popular. Is Nintendo was the Super Nintendo was the first. That was the first game. So everybody who wanted to play video games.
Do you know what the first video game that Mario appeared in was?
It wasn't Atari's Pong, was it?
No.
Okay.
It was, I believe it was Donkey Kong.
Really?
He was also Jumpman back then.
There you go.
I think that's the real original origin.
Jumpman was Mario because
Yeah, that's what it used to be called. Jumpman.
That boy's up to something, Randy.
How about these shoes that I got on?
Ah, that's crazy. My shower thought for the week. This is like I could just be old man yells at cloud right now. You heard the Super League, Randy, the European Super League?
I heard that's not happening.
It's not happening, but basically, for lack of a better term, it was teams coming together, the best teams from the leagues in Europe, saying we're gonna just do our own thing and make a shit ton of money and fuck everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Was more or less what happened. It got me thinking. If you're taking other leagues around the world that are doing blatant money grabs, what would you do?
As in like sports leagues?
Yeah. I had a thought like the NFL makes a Champions League or Champions Tour. So you have Barry Sanders running through like Ray Lewis at 55. It's horrendously dangerous and will leave people for sure injured. But
I mean, don't they pretty much do this with like the Pro Bowl and the like NBA All-Star game and stuff? It's
all
just like
money
one
grabs.
thing.
Yeah, it's all money grabs.
So we already do it. And to be honest, the whole Super League thing, I don't really understand how European football works. So
Well, it's 2 goals. The field's about 100 yards long.
I get that, but like I don't get all these other small teams. Like I know who like Manchester is and Arsenal. I didn't know that they weren't part of the same league. I don't understand how the World Cup works. Do they just go play for their own countries, but do they get to practice with those teams? Is there no thing going on? I'm very confused.
You know what I could actually see happening, which would like set Twitter on fire, would be the best schools from like the Big Ten, SEC, ACC.
That's
break away from the NCAA, and the kids that they recruit become employees of the school, and they make like a paid, like a league. They make the
wow.
the college football league.
That's how Will originally described it when he was just talking to us. It was like if Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State,
Yeah.
like all just created their own league.
It would be the biggest fuck you to the NCAA of all time. And they can negotiate. They create some conference. They negotiate the rights with ESPN or CBS or whoever, and literally, like, they still attend the school as employees. They like, it would be
Do they get a degree though?
no,
Hmm.
but like Cardale Jones said, they don't go to school to play school.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think that's the best. That's probably the best answer to that is that the top college football teams just creating their own league because it's every single year. You know, it's going to be like Clemson and Alabama and Ohio State is going to be all three in contention.
It's not. It would just be the NCAA takes a shit ton of revenue from each school. The NCAA would end up sanctioning the other sports, and it would be a nightmare for everybody involved. But they can do it.
Welcome to Too Much Dip, starring Brett Merriman and Randy Trembacki.
That'll do it for the mail-in. Randy, did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Welcome to the show in the co-host capacity. Randy will be on again, I'm sure. In conclusion, please subscribe, rate 5 stars, review, and tell a friend about this podcast. If you want to leave a voicemail, like the guy did who's about to go to a wedding, I would assume today or tomorrow, because he said 10 days ago, that was from last week. So have a nice weekend at that wedding. Hopefully we can help you out a little bit.
This is Thursday. Hopefully you packed the suit and you didn't.
Exactly, yeah.
Hopefully you did just go in a tank top.
Right. The hotline number is 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link in the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye for now until we meet again.
Goodbye.